Hi there, and thank you for your interest in the Tennessee Department of Transportation's Downtown Nashville Interstate Corridors Planning and Environmental Linkages Study, or PEL Study. We are excited to share the next steps TDOT is taking to identify transportation solutions in the downtown Nashville interstate corridors. As you may know, in early 2023, the General Assembly passed and Governor Bill Lee signed into law the Transportation Modernization Act, providing the state of Tennessee $3 billion in transportation revenue, authorizing the development and operation of choice lanes to address traffic congestion across the state, and expanding TDOT's alternative project delivery methods to include public-private partnerships, or P3s. TDOT has new tools in its toolbox to optimize and accelerate the delivery of increasingly complex infrastructure projects, and we look forward to identifying and delivering innovative solutions to Nashville and across the state. This presentation will share information about the PEL study being conducted on the downtown Nashville interstate corridors. The PEL study area includes approximately 45 miles of interstate highway on the following corridors. The Inner Loop in downtown Nashville, made up of portions of I-65, I-24, and I-40. I-65 from the Inner Loop down to State Route 155, Thompson Lane. I-440 from I-65 across to I-24 and I-40. I-24 from the Inner Loop up to the I-65 interchange north of downtown. I-40 from Inner Loop to Elm Hill Pike. And I-24 from I-40 down to I-840 southeast of downtown. Due to the length of the PEL study area, this public engagement event is being held virtually to expand the reach and engage more members of the public. The PEL study materials will be available on the website throughout the entire month of April, which is the official public comment period, so you can revisit and review them as often as you'd like. Your feedback is critical to a successful PEL study, so I encourage you to provide input and share your concerns in the survey and comment form located on our website, or you can reach the project team by email at tdot.buildwithus@tn.gov or leave us a message at 615-451-8039. So your first question may be, what is a Planning and Environmental Linkages Study? Well, to start, we'll call it a PEL study for short. PEL is a collaborative approach to transportation decision-making that considers the benefits and impacts of proposed transportation system improvements to the environment, community, and economy during the early transportation planning process. The primary goal is to gather information early on to inform the environmental review process and meet the requirements of NEPA, which is the National Environmental Policy Act. NEPA is a federal law that requires federal agencies to assess the environmental impacts of their proposed projects prior to making decisions. A PEL study can lead to more efficient and effective project delivery and facilitate meaningful engagement with the public, stakeholders, and agencies earlier in the decision-making process. Early identification of issues and potential constraints allow us to address and reduce potential risks and concerns early in the project planning phases before they become issues, leading to better environmental outcomes. That's why your feedback on the PEL study is extremely valuable and will contribute to more informed decisions regarding this heavily traveled corridor. TDOT is initiating the PEL study to establish the vision for the network and how future choice lanes projects in the downtown Nashville area could potentially connect or expand on the larger system. A purpose and need statement explains just that. The purpose and need of a project or study. In short, the purpose and need statement explains why a project or projects is necessary and what goal or goals each project will achieve. The draft purpose and need of this PEL study is to address travel time reliability and regional connectivity issues on the downtown Nashville interstate network and along I-24 between I-40 and I-840 near Murfreesboro. The proposed study would identify improvements to provide passenger vehicles and transit riders with an effective transportation alternative to address unreliable trip times for commuters and regional connectivity. Specifically, considering financial constraints, the PEL study's recommendations seek to leverage innovative funding and financing mechanisms provided in the Transportation Modernization Act. The study team, made up of TDOT staff and their transportation consultants, analyzed the PEL study area's population growth, safety trends, and traffic data to inform the draft purpose and need and study goals. The primary objective of the PEL study is to leverage innovative funding and delivery mechanisms. Additional guiding principles include, but are not limited to, enhancing mobility, improving safety, connecting bicycle and pedestrian facilities, accommodating existing and future transit, and incorporating new technologies. Let's take a look at the existing conditions of the study area. It's no secret that Tennessee is the place to be. We are fortunate to live in a state with so much going for us, a direct result of our sound economic policies and high quality of life. The Greater Nashville Regional Council anticipates a 44% increase in regional population growth from 2017 to 2045. According to the Nashville Chamber of Commerce, 2.5 million people will live in the Nashville area by 2040. As you can see, the crash density area on this map lights up along the downtown Nashville and I-24 Southeast corridors. This means that motorists in the PEL Study area are at risk of experiencing an accident today, and that risk increases as the Nashville area's population increases significantly over the years. This PEL study seeks to find solutions that will improve safety, enhance mobility, and minimize congestion that increases the risk of crashes in the study area. As we mentioned earlier, the amount of people moving into the Nashville area isn't slowing down anytime soon, which means more cars are on the road. The study area is seeing vehicle volume reaching nearly 145,000 vehicles per day in some segments, with an expected 20% growth of vehicular traffic between 2017 and 2045. Similarly, truck volume is expected to increase 23% by 2045. With the increased number of vehicles anticipated, the current traffic congestion is expected to increase throughout most of the corridor if no improvements are made. With more motorists traveling to and from work in the study area, we analyze traffic during peak hours. Peak hours are the times of day most people travel on these roads, typically in the morning when going to work and in the evening when leaving work. As you can see on these travel speed maps, there's quite a bit of red along the inner loop during typical rush hour times, indicating speeds around 20 miles per hour. All of this information that includes existing conditions, past studies, and the feedback we will obtain through engaging with local agencies, stakeholders, and the public throughout this PEL study will be used to inform the proposed alternatives for the project or projects. The PEL study team will develop a range of up to 25 multimodal alternatives for the downtown Nashville Interstate Corridors network. The PEL study team will screen and refine those preliminary alternatives to reach a set of reasonable alternatives. The PEL recommended projects on the downtown Nashville Interstate Corridors network may transition to NEPA as project funding is identified. So what's next? The Downtown Nashville Interstate Corridor PEL study began in early 2024 and is expecting to be complete in early 2025. Stakeholder and public engagement will be held throughout the next year because your feedback and participation is a critical part of the process. We plan to host an in-person public information meeting later in 2024 to seek input on the improvement alternatives and alternative screening process, so stay tuned. Your feedback is crucial to a successful PEL study. We encourage you to review the PEL study materials and provide feedback in the survey and comment form located on our website. You can also reach out to the project team by email at tdot.buildwithus@tn.gov or leave us a message at 615-451-8039. Be sure to follow us on social media and stay tuned for more opportunities to have a say in the future of the downtown Nashville corridors. We look forward to hearing from you and ask you to build with us.